Finally, Dynasty Warriors is on the Nintendo Switch, and honestly, it's pretty darn good. Dynasty Warriors is a title that has followed me for what seems like forever. Originally catching my eye in its second incarnation as part of a PS2 demo disc, I quickly fell in love with the series and I've really enjoyed playing it over the years. It's actually been a long time since I played a really good Dynasty Warriors title, as they've kind of merged off with many other ones in general. Except Dynasty Warriors 9 last year. Actually, it's pretty telling that Koei have opted to put Dynasty Warriors Xtreme Legends 8 on the Switch rather than number 9, isn't it? Now, the Nintendo Switch is not a stranger to the Warriors titles itself. It's got both the Fire Emblem one, Hyrule Warriors Deluxe, it's got Pirate Warriors, and it's got a few of the others already on the system. But it's actually really nice to own the one that, for me, was the one that started it all, and kind of begun Koei's huge empire of games. If you've never played the Dynasty Warriors title before, it's actually a weapons-based combat crowd title in which you play as a playable general from the era of the Three Kingdoms with the ambition of unifying the kingdom under a ruler of a unified China. It's Romance of the Three Kingdoms in game form. Gameplay is extremely simple. You simply run out, mash buttons until everyone is dead. It's the ultimate stress-relaxing type of game, honestly. This one does throw in some new things, like a weapons triangle system that only feels like it complicates things more than helps. The joy of earlier games was that you were an overpowered character just destroying armies. However, I felt this was a little bit more balanced. You will struggle every now and again. But this weapons triangle thing, it does hinder the whole thing by having to change weapons from time to time from the character's default that they've had for every iteration to another weapon and play the triangle game. Some enemies will be weak to one kind of heaven or earth or air, whereas others will be strong against it. It's not particularly bad, but I did feel it kind of ruins the flow of the game. However, saying that, the scale of the game is absolutely immense. All of the levels feel absolutely huge, and it is impressive to be able to invoke the feeling of actually having a full-scale war, which I didn't really feel from either Hyrule or Fire Emblem Warriors themselves. One of the things I did feel from the characters is that they were a little bit slower, which took longer to go over the thing, like over the map. But that kind of thing, it's not a huge negative. Most main storylines do require you to follow a set path, which divulges at certain points. Normally you're having to capture specific encampments or defeat a specific general, which is fine. It allows you to feel like you are doing your own thing as you go your own route and taking out as much as you can. Choosing to assist another allied general or pushing forwards with the effort often gives you a slightly different take on each battle as you play through it. And if you play as different generals on the same battle, you're going to be doing slightly different things as they do their own historic thing. There's absolutely a ton of content in this title, as expected from a Warriors game. Not only do you get Wu, Wei, Shu, and Jin campaigns from the previous games, but also the Lubu and other miscellaneous campaigns that are often reserved for these Xtreme Legend packs. It's actually nice to have the full thing included rather than having to buy it and then buy Xtreme Legends as a separate release. Sadly, the Empires mode isn't included in this one, but we can't have everything, can we? However, seeing that there's a lot of content and coming off the back of Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors, Xtreme Legends did feel it was lacking a little bit, as I had no motivation to play after I'd completed all of the main campaigns. Whereas The others had massive, huge maps and stuff like that to complete. So I think the Empires mode would have really filled in quite nicely. With dozens of characters included, it is worth noting that it's good to feel that most of them are a little bit unique. While not everyone gets their time to shine, and unlike Hyrule or Pirate Warriors, where every character feels like they did play differently, Dynasty Warriors does make an effort of making sure that most of them aren't just skin swaps. Allowing to build your character uniquely with different weapon sets and assign them different skills that are built up during battle does help this even more. It allows you to play up your playstyle slightly, and it really does add to all of it. Trying different combinations from what you knew from past games does yield better outcomes and is actually worth your time and patience. Overall, while I do feel that this title is slightly lacking compared to Hyrule Warriors or Fire Emblem Warriors, it is still a very competent Warriors title. And if you're hankering to relive the Three Kingdoms saga yet again, it's certainly worth a pick up on the Nintendo Switch. It does Warriors as well as most of the others, but you will find after the main campaign you may not have much else to do, which is a little bit of a shame. But honestly, I would still say it's worth picking up.
I want you and Han Dong to defend the fire ship. Okay, you can count on me. I thought they'd forgotten about me.
The fire ship is a key part of our plan. We've got to make sure it doesn't fall into enemy hands. We can't fight the enemy if they're coming at us from all directions. Isn't there anything we can do about this?
Let's capture the southern garrison. Once it's ours, the enemy's movements will be severely restricted.
Thank you for sticking with us all the way to the very end. Well done, you. If you did enjoy this, why not leave a like? Consider subscribing and ring that bell if you do. And if you have any feelings on Dynasty Warriors or Dynasty Warriors, why not let us know? Who's your favourite character? Mine's Lu Meng. Thank you for coming, and thanks again for staying. Goodbye.